Then you go, oh, no, it is. At the same time, you have this thing, Elfie Hopkins, which is a British thriller, which is oddly comparable. Story is, it's got a kind of fairy tale, woodsy setting. Story is that there's a central character who has a trauma in her past, suspects that everyone around her is, guilty of or capable of some crime. She's investigating a crime from the past, very much like the Amanda Seyfried character. Her neighbours move in. She believes that her neighbours are involved in all manner of bad things. Nobody believes her, least of all the authorities. Here's a clip.
We've been made.
They're on to us.
Parker, calm down.
We've got to tell someone. Your dad.
My dad? Do you think I'm telling my dad this? We'll make it safe. We'll hole up here for the night. Then we'll go to Constable Kelly with all the evidence first thing in the morning.
OK. But get one thing straight, Elfie. I'm too young to die.
So, Jamie Winston, whose dad, Ray Winston, also makes a cameo appearance in the film, actually a fairly entertaining cameo appearance in the film. The problem with the film is it can't quite figure out where it's pitched. On the one hand, it has a kind of slasher movie thing going on, which means that the certificate is 15. I think it said in the BBFC thing, I think it was cut for a 15. So there's enough to push up above that. Yet, at times, it kind of seems to be drawing somewhat from Submarine. And at certain sequences, it's like one of the later, more grown-up episodes of Tracy Beaker. I don't say that as a bad thing, because I quite like Tracy Beaker, actually. I mean, any parent has grown up watching lots of Tracy Beaker. But it has that problem that occasionally it plays like a film for a much younger audience than some of the later sort of slashery stuff intends it to be. Also, at the beginning, it kind of starts out with a Red Riding Hood fairy tale motif that you think is going to go somewhere, and actually, in the end, doesn't. And although actually Elfie Hopkins seems more promising and more adventurous, in the end, kind of gone does what it says on the packet.
Well, it's gone.
Yeah,
because that's what it says.
And
on
it's
the packet.
and it's just it's a less adventurous, but oddly enough, no less successful B-movie trasherama.
If you had to choose one of those last two movies to go and see, which is worthy of the £8?
No, I would.
If either of those two,
Elfie Hopkins.
Okay. But don't call a movie with the name of a person that doesn't exist.
Oh, sorry. I'll give. They didn't get that memo, but I'll let them know.
You could just pass that on. Tom Hutchinson. Dear Doctors, I went to see that Cabin in the Woods film last night. At first, for the pre-title sequence, I was worried I'd walked into a completely different film. Soon enough, it turned into a moderately entertaining spam in a cabin movie. However, the film really came alive in the last third. And I think...
Yeah,
and
then
exponentially implausible and entertaining. I can say that.
Okay.
I haven't said anything about what happens.
Okay.
If Mark thought Kid with a Bike ended well, Cabin in the Woods hits it right out of the park. I thought it was going to be a boring essay about postmodern hyperreality, whatever that is. But instead it turned into something much darker and more satisfying.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yes. It's one of those...
nothing.
No, okay, fine.
I just said implausible and entertaining.
I was right in saying that Elfie Hopkins was cut for a 15. Company chose to make reductions in scenes of violence to get a 15 classification, and I think that is in a nutshell the problem.
It's nice.